We are recording.
Good.
So last week we were talking with Sherry about that she can't access any of the training videos from the old iPass system. So Mark was able to actually go through and find all but 2 of them on YouTube.
Really?
Oh.
And he is so awesome. He is so awesome to do that. I appreciate it a lot.
If you send me your email address, I will send you a list of links
Good.
on them.
Good.
So it's all the pro and the basic training from iPass that's going away.
Wow.
Well,
And with Cloud 2 Premium, we could rebuild the whole site.
yeah.
You know, at one point, this lady in support that I was working with that told me that she could see my my partials, and I could see 1 page, but I think there were like 5 pages. And so after a couple of days, I asked her to just send them to me, and by then she couldn't access it either.
So
Weird, huh?
we just got our invoice for iPass. I just want what happens when iPass goes away? I mean, you have everything except for the training, right, Sherry?
She doesn't.
No, I mean I couldn't see.
No,
Right now I have partial access, but there for a little while I had no access at all, and I had $220 something in commissions that weren't showing up any place in Empower. No place in Empower and no place in the iPass Empower.
That's kind of.
I mean, I didn't know that because I don't keep up with it that close. But
Kind of a dilemma. I don't want to keep.
glad to get it. Plus, you know, I have several people that haven't made the transfer over, and I have them on my in my Get Response on my team, but I didn't have a lot of their personal information. And well, I did have their phone numbers in my phone, but as far as the steps they were on, and you know, sometimes people cancel, sometimes people join. So I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff I didn't have.
No, but eventually it's going to go. I'm just thinking right now we just got an invoice for next month. I don't want to keep paying $97 if it's, you know.
Well, I think mine's due the 20th. So, you know, I'll have to decide something.
Ours was due today. So, anyway.
Hey, Rose, how are you?
Good.
Great.
Just hanging with the cool kids.
Do you still have access to your iPass?
Yeah, I didn't shut it down. In fact, yesterday I pulled up all of my partial lists, my partial buyers, and you know, I was just trying to go back through the back office, and I'm not going to get rid of it until it's basically gone. But I didn't pull down all the old videos yet either, so I probably need to about that.
I accidentally did mine. I was trying to help someone go through the steps, you know, and I accidentally did mine.
Well, like I said, I have them all on a spreadsheet if you want them. Make it easier on you.
That'd be great.
Rose and Janelle, what we were talking about last week is since Sherry didn't have access to any of the iPass training, and the new iPass doesn't have any of that training on there. None of it. And so our new people going through the new iPass and Empower Network would have no access to any sort of basic marketing online training that I found.
We haven't found it yet.
But I had the 30-day plan, I believe is what it was. I had that in a Google Doc. I found that. So
From the old iPads.
Yeah, I saved all that in the
Right,
Google
but
Doc.
but the new people that are signing up for the new iPads now are not going to get
I have nothing.
There's no training or no basic training.
I didn't realize that. I didn't.
Yeah, we've been looking for it, and that's kind of troublesome to us.
Yeah, you would think that with all the things that they have been putting in there, that they would have found a way to port all of that over.
Well, rumor was it was going to be in the EN to go.
Right.
All that is, it looks like to me, is a mind map that says so many sales at basic or whatever trials will get you to gold. That's it.
That's the generic one, but then everybody is going to have their own personalized one for you.
Right, but there's no training as far as we know that will be involved in there.
Well, it should be, and that's what I understood that they were putting in your personal one.
Okay.
Hope so.
I hope so, but in the meantime, we have a list of all those trainings from YouTube. So
And I appreciate it a whole lot.
if you send us your email, then we'll send that list to you.
Yeah, that's good. One thing I was thinking about today, and I wanted to go back and just look at like a core curriculum or a startup curriculum, but this might be kind of what you were thinking about, right? So people that are starting, initial training like you're talking about, if it's not there, I was just going to say, here's what you need to do immediately. Here's your next, step. Here's your next step, because the ones that are starting are overwhelmed, of course. And sorry, it's my 6-year-old. And so I just wanted to give say hi. Hi. Okay. That's Cameron. These are my friends.
Hi, Cameron.
Hi, Cameron.
He's blushing now.
He's famous now.
Yes. So
We're recording this, Cameron, so be careful.
Going viral.
we're recording this. Yeah.
Run.
Yeah. So, give them immediate steps that we would require or recommend, and then put them in that path, right? And so that's what I was thinking about doing. So I don't know if that's beneficial for all our folks.
Right. One of the things we market to is people that don't have experience.
That's right.
And if they come in and they still don't know how to get a post on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, YouTube, you can find it, but it should be something right there for them. I mean, that's how it was in iPass.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the main things, I think it's in the Kalatu training, but that the domain forwarding, that lady that does all the training, she has a good video on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the difference is, and I see on the Skype threads, right? Just go do your research. Well, and we want to save them the time, right? And point them in the right direction. So if we can say, these are the recommended steps, and then give them the path, and we can adjust as we go. But that's where I was trying to help them, help themselves, but give them a little bit more than just go research.
Yeah, because one of the things they tell you is to pick one or two methods, but you really kind of you have to get a little bit of each one to figure out which one or two you want to do. And if you don't have that, you just flip a coin and I'll do Instagram. I don't know.
And that's the thing, that when I told you last week, Mark, that I was still going through this thing after like 10 or 12 hours of sitting there, I was going all the way back to the very beginning. It was exactly 1 year ago that I joined, and I got all of this material, just like Rose is talking about, sent over to me. And it was just, you go through video after video, and you go through all of these trainings, and it was so overwhelming. I couldn't go back to the beginning. I just had to keep going forward, and I could never go back and stop and just lay all this stuff out. And they just kept saying more, more, more. So I think what Rose is talking about is a good idea, that if we said, okay, divide it up into getting started. When you kept telling me about just put your link in there, your capture link, it seemed like there has to be something more to it, because I've got 5,000 videos out here, and if that's all there was to it, there had to be something wrong. It just seemed like it was something wrong. So once I figured out that, yeah, it is that link, that's all you do for traffic, but you have to get all your letters in order. And I never had any of those. So I was having to figure out all the letter sequences, having to figure out where people were coming from and connect the dots. And by the time I got into this thing, about 8 or 9 hours, I was so brain dead that I couldn't have figured out anything, but I kept sending myself, I had letters coming to Betty Boop and to, Little Lulu and all, I was picking out names to put in there and trying to test all those things. And it wasn't until I saw some of the letters come through and had signed myself up to go through a lot of these things that I finally figured out how the system goes. New people, if they haven't been around this for a while, it's going to be even, well, I don't know. You all figured it out. I just didn't.
Well, being the senior partner here, and I don't mean age-wise, I mean length of service, or both.
I don't know.
We didn't have anything. We didn't have anything. I didn't know what a blog was when I joined.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so the iPass has just been amazing, and I think even like we're talking about, I mean, we could all do separate videos, but in that 30-day plan, they're already there. They're already detailed, and you could just, pick and choose which one you want to send or, have them handy for whatever's available. And I shoot videos all the time for my team on, little bitty short videos. Somebody's having problems on doing something or whatever. But,
Sherry,
it's a lot easier now than it was. I mean, when I joined, I didn't even talk to Michael for 2 weeks because he was sending me these autoresponder emails and they were all going to spam. So, it was.
I talked to Michael. I never have talked to him.
On the phone, I've talked to him probably 3 times maybe. And that was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, I've never talked to him until we got to Las Vegas. And then it was sort of like, okay, I had seen him on the Hangouts, but had never had a coaching call with him, never had any of that kind of stuff. When I first got in, it was the weekend that iPass 2 was being released. And so everything was kind of in chaos, and Michael didn't know what was going on with that. And he said, just call your coach. And so I got somebody that was out in cattle country out there somewhere, and he just said, okay, looks good. That was it. And so I kind of felt like, there was just so much information that I couldn't sort it out. And so for a while, and then just after Las Vegas, I started my job the next day when I got back. So it took me a long time to get the job and everything else sorted out. So it wasn't until this last weekend when Mark was walking me through stuff that I finally could see the whole plan out there. So the 30-day plan, that was in the old iPass, right?
Yes.
So I should probably still have that. I know that I've gone through that, and I've still got all Chris's emails where he sent us out things to do during the day and assignments.
I wish I had all of those too. Even though I don't know that they're, if the videos are still there, I don't know.
Back through and I'll check all my stuff from Chris Jones because I did get that.
I did too, but I don't know that I kept them all.
So Sherry, are you saying when you get a new person, you're sending them the 30-day plan?
No. I just found it.
I'm just saying because new people won't have access to it right now, right?
What, they will or won't?
Well, right now they wouldn't. I don't think.
No.
So that might be something good to put it in the autoresponder or something, or the new team email list. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud.
Well, I did a video for that, because just a quick walkthrough video, kind of like Michael does on the Hangouts. But I did that because I didn't have anything else. But for some reason, after you sent me that stuff, I realized that I did have links. So, but new members do need training unless they're more knowledgeable than I was.
Yeah.
What?
Well, there's so many avenues, and I'm not disappointed, but I am. in the sense of there is no basic training right now for new members who come through the new funnels. So once EN to go becomes active and they do have all that training, that would be awesome. But right now, we have to remember it's all on us as sponsors to train our people, because right now they don't have access to any of it.
Have you guys joined one of the beginners club trainings?
Yeah.
I did with Marion and Karen.
Right.
Yeah, I did that.
And are you on the Facebook group that they've set up now?
Not in the beginner Facebook one, because I've got the Facebook with our group.
Right.
And there's only so many hours in the day that I can be in Facebook groups.
No, it does.
You never
I
sleep,
totally
though,
get it.
Janelle.
What?
You never sleep.
You know what? That's about true. I go to bed at 2 o'clock and get up at 5 o'clock, so that's about right. Last
Same.
night it was 4:30 though.
I actually have a new member on here. Her name's Linda.
Hi, Linda.
She's been in about 3 weeks. So, and she has done really well. She's gotten 2 signups. So she has done really, really well. And I hope I've helped her along the way. But she already knew more than I did when I started.
Oh, wow.
She has done, she's already had her first blog and she got set up immediately.
Well,
so,
that's good.
Linda, unmute yourself.
Well, Rose, what were you saying about the Facebook group?
The beginners Facebook group?
I think Rose is frozen.
I think she is too.
I'm poking her. It's not working.
Well, the reason I mentioned Linda is because she may be in that, she may have gone through that. I really don't know. I haven't seen it. I've watched the Elite, but.
And that may be what they're expecting, is that people will go through that and get their training there.
Possibly.
I don't think they really had much training on the beginner.
Not the ones I've watched. They basically just tell you where to go in the back office and stuff, but there was no training.
Well, they may be going to get to that, because
I mean, they were having a hard time even getting themselves on video. I'm just saying.
Steven, you're
hi, Gigi.
a little smiling, but very quiet.
Who's it?
Steven.
He's always quiet.
I can't tell whether we've scared him off or.
Nah.
There's Rose again. Hey, Gigi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good.
Well, I have something I want to share with you guys if we're in the middle of this, or if I can share something with you. I sent out a number of links today. Did anybody get those?
Links for what?
Where did you send them?
Starts at 50.
I don't know.
Did you check that?
I haven't checked it.
Okay. Well, then that might not be there. It was on my Twitter feed that I was sending links through that, and I was thinking that Mark and Michelle would have that. I went through a couple webinars today for work, and one of the things that we came up with was talking about, and this is not at the beginner, this is more of an advanced person's training. And one of the problems that I have is that I do communications for the government, and so I'm kind of on that far end of things where I have to make up all this stuff. And so I forget sometimes that in Empower Network, they have a lot of this stuff created for us. So if they already have something like this and I haven't seen it, just let me know. But when we're talking about our videos that we're doing, or our funnels that we're looking at to attract people, we're talking about getting people from the beginning and putting them in. And we tried to start them out and move them through the funnel with this, but I found that in the Empower Network funnel, they don't really define what's happening. They're just going through these things step by step. And if it gets broken in any place, I don't know where they are. So anyway, can you see this right here?
Doesn't help to get close, I guess.
Does it help if I get close? Or is it backward?
Yeah, we kind of see it.
Okay. Well, what this is a worksheet that was part of one of the slide sets, and I've got the slides that tell Terry you have to mute yourself.
I did it.
Sounds like a bunch of mice traps clicking closed. Sorry about that. So anyway, it takes these, it's a spreadsheet or kind of a worksheet that takes people from unaware, aware, deciding, and then purchasing or using. And so they have a number of questions to talk about when we're making our videos, when we're out walking during the day, when we're making these videos. What purpose is that particular video? Like Sherry said, that she makes a short video for people and it answers a specific question. And I think that sometimes, like when I get out there to do a video, I sit down and the whole purpose of it just goes out of my head. And I end up rambling for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. And I've got this nice little video out there and I have no clue what the call to action should be because I have no idea why I was doing that video. It was just a nice day, and so I decided to go out there and chat with somebody, I guess. But anyway, the first one, when it's unaware, it says, what led them to discover you? Or what leads them to? So if you're doing a video and you're thinking about this question, what would lead somebody to discover me? How are they coming to me? And maybe you've got one video that is specifically for people that discover you on Twitter. You make another one for people that would discover you on Facebook. Another one for people from Instagram. And it can be just a short welcome thing that says, welcome. I'm glad you found me through Twitter. I'm glad you were part of my Facebook group and so on. And so what helped them to become aware? Was it a blog that you did? Was it something that you said or saw? And then what did they talk about? Who do they share it with? What do you want them to do as a result of seeing your video or as a result of reading your blog? What do you want them to do? Hey, if you got some value out of this, I'd love it if you'd share with your friends and blah, blah, blah on Facebook, or I'd love it if you would tweet this tweetable out and give them 100 characters that they can actually tweet.
Huh.
Yeah. And then when you go to aware, once they're aware of you, then move them in your next videos for them to the next stage so that you can say, all right, you saw this, you're now aware of who I am, we're connected on such and such, but here's what I'd like you to think about today. And start out with the question, what do they do with the information you've given them? Where do they go for more information? What types of information do they want you to provide? And what else? What other questions might they have on this topic? So once you go through the people that are unaware and you get those videos set aside, then do 3 or 4 of them for the people who are slightly aware, and then do some videos, very short ones, for the people that are deciding and what criteria would impact their decision. And ask them in the video, say, I'm thinking about how I can help you make a decision to start your own business. What information would you need? And then think about it and say, well, if I was starting my own business today, knowing what I know now, here's some of the things that I know that I would have wanted somebody to tell me. And then do your video in that one. And then move along to the buyers and ask them, you know, what sways you to make a decision? What is it that's keeping you from making a decision today? Think about the emotional reasons that somebody would have. Are they scared? Are they afraid? Are they, worried that somebody's going to say something to them? What are the emotions that you have to answer for them? And so anyway, this little sheet here I thought was pretty good, and it broke it out. And if we do a video for each one of those for just a couple minutes, then we can successfully move people through the funnel, and we can send these out to people. So that's it.
It sounds fantastic.
Well, it was
Plazo.
I actually used that today on one of the webinars that I was on. I thought about that. But, my work asked me to go to this, and I went, how can I use this? Yeah, okay, that sounds like it'd be good for us. So that was page 15.
When do we get the PDF?
I sent it out, so I've got it on PDF. I downloaded it. So if I figure out where to put it for everybody, then we can have it.
I don't see it in my email,
It's on your Twitter feed.
Oh.
If you go into your tweets, aren't you at starts at 50?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's on a tweet that I sent you today.
Okay.
Probably about 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I think that one was, I had one webinar at 1 to 2 and then another one at 2 to 3.
Those are excellent ideas. Thank you, Janelle.
Well, I'll download them. I mean, should we start a Facebook group for us? And we start sharing the documents and stuff?
Why not?
I always have things I want to send, but how many Facebook groups can we have? We've got Alex and Michael's and.
Well, we need at least one cool one.
Can't we just send it through the chat right now? The Facebook chat?
Well, we should have one with a name more of our age. Instead of being cool, we could just call it Groovy.
The Groovy group?
The Groovy.
Well,
I think Michelle said this, but couldn't we just put it in the chat?
Or couldn't we just give an email and, like Mark and Michelle can coordinate emails, and if you want it, email Mark and Michelle and they'll send it back to you.
Sure.
Yeah, you can attach files and stuff to
Yeah.
that.
I'll figure it out. I'll get it to everybody.
Well, I'll send the links through the Skype chat tonight after we get off of here.
Facebook.
Facebook chat. This group chat.
Oh, okay. The messenger chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's the thing that I have. Okay, Skype goes with Zoom. Messenger goes with Facebook.
But not everyone's in Skype.
Yes, this is true. Okay. All right. Well, then I will put that in our Facebook chat and send it out. Okay.
Page 15.
Thank you, Janelle.
I'm going to send the whole thing to you.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have 8 minutes left, but I found something really cool, a new trick. I don't know if it's new. It's new to me, and I thought it was really cool. And I've talked to a couple people who've made a lot of money doing it this way. So if you have a niche, if your niche is not specifically internet marketing, but it's, you've got a niche along, whatever, a niche.
Truck driving.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, so we all know those viral videos on YouTube, that somebody happens to get a good shot or a video of something and it goes viral.
Right.
Well, if you can find a viral video in your niche and then contact that channel owner and offer them a percentage if they can put your affiliate link in their description. I know a couple of guys who's made a lot of money doing that.
Really? Wow.
And if it's just you or me, or, we happen to go catch something on video and we upload it, if somebody came and offered to put their affiliate link in my description, if I got a percentage of the commission, heck yeah. Especially if it's viral and it's getting a ton of links or clicks, viewed. I don't know. I thought that was really interesting, and I'm really going to go check that out this week.
But that's a lot geared towards affiliate marketing. I mean, we can't offer a percentage of everything we make.
You can't do it for internet marketing per se, but if you were to, anyway, that was just something I learned that was really cool, and it was like, I'm going to try that.
Okay, so when I have my viral video go this next week, then I'll put all your links out there.
Okay.
Split the profits with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I finally got into the traffic tonight about 6 o'clock, and I signed up last week, and I was waiting for them to contact me with my username and all that. Never got anything. Nothing was in spam, so I decided I was going to go back in and buy traffic tonight, and lo and behold, it went through. I still don't know what my username is, but I put my link out there.
Are you talking about Michael's traffic?
Yeah.
It always says that, but it never sends anything. Not since they switched to the credit card. It never says anything. It never sends you anything. Not a receipt or anything, but it goes through.
Okay. Well, I sent him a link, so hopefully something will happen. But I did get one lead. I was like, oh my gosh, and she's not named Betty Boop.
Throw her back.
Now, you really know that we have to be of a certain age to understand that reference. I mean, Mark and Michelle, Rose, Gigi, you're not old enough for that. But
well, I was going to ask you who you've been talking about. Who is Betty Boop?
Betty Boop and the cartoons. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, that was my sister's nickname growing up. She was Betty Boop and I was Nellie Bell. So those are the names that, I use when I'm testing something. Mm-hmm. But actually, I found out you don't even have to go in and set up a new email to test those, because as long as those boxes are unchecked, it doesn't ask you if it's a real email. So you can put anything you want in there. I put Betty Boop at Gmail and it sent it to me.
Huh.
So, it didn't matter. You can go through and you can do anything you want. You can put yours in there. But then I went back into Get Response and go into the contacts and search the contacts. And then I removed everybody from the tests that I had done, cleared it all out so that anybody else that comes in there, and Tammy Moore showed it 341 this morning. So I said, okay, Tammy Moore is not one of mine. It's not for Little Lulu. So
as long as you go into Get Response, and when you do a test, like if I did Sherry Starnes at gmail.com in a test, and I go into Get Response and delete it, remove myself, I can do that forever, as long as I go in and delete it.
I just wanted to leave it in there long enough to see if I got the letter. And when I got the first letter, I looked at it and I thought, I need to tweak that letter, because knowing what I know now about this system, that letter just seemed a little bit too blunt. So I softened it up a little bit and said, thank you. And by the way, here, and, kind of worked through it a little bit. But it took me a while of seeing the process and then seeing what that letter was when it came to me, to understand what the letter should be doing. So, I went through the first, I think 5 days of them. And if Tammy hasn't signed up by 5 days, I'm just going to have to call her up and say, what's going on, girl? 7? Okay. I got to write 2 more letters in real quick before she gets to them.
That's what they say. They have to be exposed 7 times.
I'll send her 1 letter twice then. I'm really anxious now to see, I don't know where she came from. So I'm hoping that it's the traffic that you sent out the other day, Mark.
Yeah, it just started getting through. It's got like 50 clicks have gone through. So we've each got like 10. So it just started.
Okay, so we've each got 100?
We've each got, you got 100 coming, but we've each got about 10 so far.
Okay.
It's coming slow for some reason.
Well, that's okay. If it came real fast, I would be afraid I was going to miss something.
Yeah.
So as long as we've got that, then I can kind of watch it as it goes slowly through there to see what step they're doing and what letter they get and so on. So
Yeah.
that's good. So when do we get our next co-op of these?
We're going to do it Saturdays, right?
Saturdays. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good.
We got a minute, 7 seconds.
Well, I just wanted to say real quick, I got a couple of leads off of one of those PDFs that they put, free ones that they put in the Klaatu Premium. I made a capture page, and I've been getting some leads off that.
Wow.
How did you advertise it?
Twitter and Facebook.
So you offered the free document if they give you your
Right.
email.
Like the ebook that's in the.
Yes.
In
So one of them
Great.
is the one on the social media secrets one.
That's great.
I'll
Yeah,
be sure
secrets
not to
They
send
look pretty good. I would probably get more leads if I had a bigger feed to push it out to, but I just keep shooting it and it's working.
Good.
Great.
Awesome.
Oh, we're going to get cut off soon, so just to
Keep
let
talking.
you know.
Okay. You guys have a great week.